in one of our roles of oversight, representation, we as representatives of the people of Uganda found out that much as we gave out money for construction, we appropriated, we did not release, we appropriated money for the works that are supposed to be done. The works are not ongoing. And that's why we are asking the minister what happened. Now, the minister is telling us reality. He's giving us the reality. That what is happening, yes, much as you approved to give me money for the works of, say, Moroto, Mitiana Mubende Road, I have not been given the money. There is a difference between an appropriation vis-a-vis release. So for the minister to give a statement is giving accountability of what is happening in his docket. So is procedurally right? Let him give us a report. As a house, the mandate is on us to take a decision on what to do. But information is very important for us as a house because we must be able to account to the population out there that yes, we are here, we are your representatives, we allocated money for you, but this money has not been available, maybe because of other priorities. Yes, I don't want, let the minister finish his report, then we can bring all those procedural issues. Let the minister finish.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for the protection. As I was saying, the following projects are currently fully suspended.
If the problems are on money, can we have finance here and we understand why these things are not being done?
Right Honourable Speaker, it is for this financial year, 25-26, the total government of Uganda requirement for the National Roads Program is 3,153,000,000, broken down as follows. 2,082,000,000 is for the ongoing works, those projects which are ongoing, and the lists are in the annexes which are attached to this document. Land acquisition, which is a very big consuming aspect of the road construction, and counterpart funding obligations. When we get funds from the foreign funders, that we are required to provide counterpart funding in some of the projects for us to meet the requirement. In addition, 1.071 trillion, this is now for arrears carried forward from 2024-2025. 1,071 billion. These are arrears, which means we have the IPCs, the certificates have already been given, but we cannot pay because we don't have the money.
General, just on that, next time you'll also include the interest which has accrued.
Yes, ma'am, it is within the sites, remain partially mobilized or idle. Right Honourable Speaker, as of July 2025, 27 projects have been affected by either full suspension or significant reduction in progress. These projects include the following. 18 projects fully funded by Government of Uganda, where contractors have suspended or slowed down works due to delayed payment. 9 externally financed projects where delays are primarily attributed to the government's inability to provide timely counterpart funding for land acquisition, taxes, or enabling works. The following projects are currently fully suspended due to non-payment. 1, Masindi Biso Kabale Kizilamfumbi. This is a critical oil road, and the amount of money demanded by the contractor.
Right Honourable, thank you very much.
Yes, a procedure matter.
Right Honourable, this is the Parliament, and the Senior Minister of Works is here saying he wants to lament. And this is a statement that would be presented to where resources are located in the cabinet, is it procedurally right for the Minister of Works, the senior minister, to come here to lament and to show that there is a failure of government, especially at cabinet level, and even knowing that the ministers of finance and the president, they sit there. So is it procedurally right that you are presenting to us, and what do we expect? And when the Minister of Finance is not here, and it's not cabinet. So is it procedurally right? I thank you.
Honorable. Our finance ministers are not present. In fact, on the front bench, we have just 2 ministers, and then maybe one person who is interested in becoming a minister sometime. Right Honorable Speaker, there's a generic issue which for me is beyond finance. It's good the government chief whip is here. Government has been propagating the boo-boo policy. Buy Uganda, build Uganda. Some of the contractors that the minister is talking about are local contractors. These people's companies are closing down. They go to banks after you have given them a contract. So they go and secure a loan, a credit facility, on account of that. But because they are not getting payment from government, their businesses are closing down, the young people they are employing, joblessness and so on. Government, you can't say one thing and then do another. I get perplexed whenever these so-called foreign investors, they come here, we give them free land. We give them tax waivers. Of late, we are guaranteeing them money. I don't know what kind of investors those are that will give you land, tax waivers, and then we guarantee you money and you call yourself an investor. But we have our local investors who are going to make sure this money here gets recycled within our economic platform, if you like. Why? Maybe government needs to help us. That this boo-boo thing was only for we, the citizens, that when you go to the market, buy Ugandan products. But you, government, you do not want, you want to preach water and then drink wine. You cannot tell us to buy Ugandan products, and yet you are stifling Ugandan businesses. You should be prioritizing that. For me, right, Robo, that's not a question for Minister of Finance. It's a question for government generally.
It is actually connected to finance because the areas to be paid is supposed to come from finance. All that we are going to talk about is on lamentations.
Yes, lamentation. In fact, I have
without the people who provide the money. But Honorable Minister, I also want you to address the issue on the money for maintenance of the rural roads, the village roads, the 1 billion shillings. Yes. We have that money.
Yes, that one went.
That money. Yes. In the same districts, we also have UNRA roads, formerly UNRA roads. What is the way forward? Can you guide these people that they must also maintain these roads where possible? Because you cannot just abandon a road and say this is a UNRA road, and yet you're able to maintain. If it requires us to add money to the district for them to maintain the roads, let them maintain the roads. You will not wait for Minister of Works to go and maintain these roads. There was an issue, the issue of PAPs, the project affected persons. You find most of these figures are inflated. Is it possible for us to standardize the valuations so that we have, and I think there is the valuation bill in the committee. When that valuation bill in the committee comes, we should be able to do something to avoid having figures that, inflated figures for POPs. Yes?
As excessively big, and so 1 unit was not enough for them. And then also, you remember when we bought the equipment, we did not address the cities and municipalities and town councils. We have already provided the requirement to the Minister of Finance, and they told, the last I heard is that it has been put in the system, possibly to use the same arrangement we used in buying the 1,151, which we distributed, so that they can get those equipment.
Honorable,
about
in one of our roles of oversight, representation, we as representatives of the people of Uganda found out that much as we gave out money for construction, we appropriated, we did not release, we appropriated money for the works that are supposed to be done. The works are not ongoing. And that's why we are asking the minister what happened. Now, the minister is telling us reality. He's giving us the reality. That what is happening, yes, much as you approved to give me money for the works of, say, Moroto, Mitiana Mubende Road, I have not been given the money. There is a difference between an appropriation vis-a-vis release. So for the minister to give a statement is giving accountability of what is happening in his docket. So is procedurally right? Let him give us a report. As a house, the mandate is on us to take a decision on what to do. But information is very important for us as a house because we must be able to account to the population out there that yes, we are here, we are your representatives, we allocated money for you, but this money has not been available, maybe because of other priorities. Yes, I don't want, let the minister finish his report, then we can bring all those procedural issues. Let the minister finish.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for the protection. As I was saying, the following projects are currently fully suspended. Kabale Kiziramfumbi, one of the critical roads, we are demanded 111 billion to a contractor. So we can't expect that contractor to continue working. Najanankumbi Busabala is suspended because the contractor, we owe the contractor 44 billion, and also we need money for land acquisition. Moroto Rektanyara, this one is about 80% progress, but we need to find the money so that the project can be completed. Mitiana Mubende, we gave the contractor out of the money which was appropriated, the 462 billion, 39 billion out of the IPCs which he had, but now what he told us is that all that money, he used it to pay the debts and pay the suppliers, and right now he needs another 30 billion, which is not in the budget. Kampala Jinja Highway, that one, we had to now use the internal mechanism of the ministry to intervene, and that's what you see the works going on that road is by the ministry internal capacity, the unit which is working on that road to put some sanity on the road. The following projects are progressing but at a reduced rate due to delayed payments or incomplete land acquisition. Land acquisition is another nightmare. Kilaka Sangat Matuga, the number of properties which we have not yet paid for. Kisubi Nakauka Natete, Nakauka Mauguru Nanziga, Nakauka Kasanje Mpiji, Nakauka, Kasanje Buaya, and Entebbe Nachuogo. This is one project within that area, but the challenge of that project is mainly land acquisition because the contractor accepted to do a pre-financing arrangement which was agreed on with the Minister of Finance for 2 years, but he needs land for him to work.
How much is supposed to be paid to the PAPs?
The PAPs, 380 billion. The ministry currently requires 843 billion in total to complete land acquisition obligations in financial 2025-26 on all ongoing projects, including those funded by donors. And the list is in the annexes which I have provided. Impact on ongoing projects, arrears and claims. Right Honourable Speaker, the under allocation in 25-26 has further compounded certified arrears carried forward from the previous year, which, as I stated earlier, is 1,071 billion. These arrears relate to completed or ongoing works for which certificates were issued and approved. Failure to clear these obligations has resulted in the following. 1. Suspension or reduced performance on 27 ongoing projects. The lists are in the annex. Accrual of commercial interest on delayed payments estimated at over 48 billion in financial year 2025-26 alone. Delays in execution of co-finance projects, potentially affecting Uganda's credibility with development partners. Additionally, the continued accumulation of unpaid certificates discourages private sector confidence, increases future unit cost, and may result in government being classified as high-risk client in the infrastructure contracting market.
Ensonga enkulu tulabanga byayogedde okusingira ddala ssente y'ensonga enkulu, naye era kijja kuba kiraga nti oba oliawo obunafu bwa Ministry ya Finance okubanga ekwata ssente zino eziwa abantu ababanja, kubanga okusookera ddala omuntu abanja aba naye ayina amubanja nti abantu abo bafuna materials nga bamwewoze gavumenti ng'ebawadde contracts nga basuubira bajja kukola ki, bajja kuba babasasula mu budde. So kati kireese okuba nga enguudo ezimu ziri very much delayed. Naye bw'otwala olwewaffe Busiro, olw'Ennakawuka, Nateete, Kisubi, Kasanje, Sazi, oluguudo olwo waliwo abaalinga balwogerera ebigambo bingi, naye mbagamba ate mwogera bingi, oluguudo twalusaba dda, gavumenti yakkiriza oddukola. Ekyennaku ekiriwo sente ze boogedde ebbiliyoni 339 ze zeetaagisa okusasula ki, okusasula abantu. So nsuubira tugenda kukola ekisoboka nga Parliament, kuba omulimu ogwaffe mugumanyi, ne bw'oba omulimu gunaaba ku ssente mmekafu ogwaffe kugamba nti ssente zino zetutaddewo zikole omulimu guno. Tugenda kulaba nga tutunula mu priorities ezinaabaawo nga ministers ze labe bwe tuddamu buto ate tutemeeteme ssente, kuba bakugambye nti ezaabaweebwa biliyoni kumpi 400 baabimala nga bakola ki, nga basasula abo ababanja. So n'enguudo endala eziri stored oba eziri delayed, njogeddeko ne minister andaze nti nno oluguudo lw'e Kawuku Kisubi Kawuku Bwerenga Bugiri lugenda kuba lukolebwako, era ekyessanyu ekirimu waliwo abantu abaweeyo ettaka ekiwuule, minisita ngambye oluguudo lwabwe lujja kukolebwa paka ku mwalo. So ebiriwo ebiyimiriza enguudo zino n'okuba nti ziri stored tezikyagenda mu maaso, mabanja mangi eri ba contractors. So kugenda kuba mulimu gwaffe ate kuddamu. Nsuubira ekya minisita obutabaawo teyandibadde ensonga, ye alina kutubuulira ssente gye zigenda kukola ki, zigenda kuvaffe ogwaffe guliwo nti bino byetaaga, these are the priority areas zetaaga okukwatibwako. Fene tulaba bwe tutematema ssente zino okubanga buli omu asobola okukola ki, okubanga afunako obanga aganyulwako. Naye engeri minisita gyatabaddewo tujja kusuubira ajja tubuulira ssente gye zinaaba, naye teweerabira era ne ssente nnyingi ezaayewolebwa okukola enguudo zino. Okugjako ekyennaku ekirimu sonywamu ekyennaku ekirimu nti bakontrakita bano bwemumala obbawa contract bakukyajinga ssente ebyuma byabwe bwe bituula nga tebikola. So tugenda gezaako okulaba ngeri gye tulina okukola engagements n'abantu abalina okuba nga basasulwa ku mataka abe tuyita PAPs, labe nga twanguyizibwa emirimu gino. Kuba okugeza oluguudo lw'Ennakawuka ebbanga gye limala nga lubi bwe lutyo, n'omuntu yennyini ebbanga lyamala nga afiirwa ssente ze yandibadde asevinga mu bintu ebirala. So tugenda kufaayo okulaba nga gavumenti kikakatako ejja esasula abantu emirimu gino gisobola okukolebwa. Tweyanze.
Then ready. However, the members raised various related issues regarding the state of roads, and in their state that we have the report. You know, you can just have a brief seat. We could have today and have a discussion done comprehensively the General himself is here to present. I hope it was uploaded.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, this report, I'm also laying on table a copy of the report and also copies of accountability under Government of Uganda. Projects initially meant to be completed in this finance completed because again of funding. I will have a breakdown of roads in need of urgent intervention. That's road.
Government Chief Whip to call one of the ministers of finance. Let him first give us in as we wait for money to work on the whole road. Why don't you just work on those small potholes so that the road is usable? Just like the way you're working on.
With the Karaji, Gaza Karaji Road, which had also gone deteriorated. Now we are doing Jinja. We are left only with, I think, 1 or 2 sections. Bududa Sachura Road, the 28 kilometers.
Makinde Sebagabo Municipality, Sabagabo. They are represented by Honorable Naluima and Honorable Saru Kenya. Where are they? You're welcome. Please stand up and we see you. Welcome, welcome. Join me in welcoming them. Still in the public gallery this afternoon, University in Uganda, Kampala campus, and Makinde Division. Derek and Honorable Shamim Malende. Where are you? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming. We have in the public gallery, we have pupils and teachers from Goshen Nursery and Primary School from Soroti West. Soroti West Division and Honorable Adeke Ebajo. Where are you? Soroti West. You're welcome. Thank you for coming all the way. Observe the proceedings. Thank you so much. Honor, yes, what is...
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I have an emergency in my district. One of my main roads is completely cut off. Yes, because at actually 2 points. And there's a lot of pressure on the district road, and yet the district roads are not built to handle heavy trucks. This particular road I'm talking about is even not in your report. It is Away Rhino Camp Road, which has completely been neglected for a very long time. It ferries very heavy agricultural products from Lakang, bringing it to serve the whole of Uganda. Right now, as we speak, people cannot use that road. I'm telling you the truth. People are not using that road. They are using the district road, which has now completely even broken because of heavy trucks using district roads. This is the emergency I have. If I don't say it, I'll not be voted, so I have to say it. Thank you.
Kirumira and Hassan and Honorable Brenda Nabukenya. They are here to observe the proceedings of their petition. They have a petition to be presented. You're most welcome. Thank you. Next.
Minister, on the state of roads and status of road projects in the country.
Honorable members, you will recall to have a discussion and a presentation of this report.